Hello and welcome to Crypto Insights, where we teach you about crypto. My name is Thomas and I'm the host of this channel. In this video, we will dig into the service and agreement of Bitvavo, which is the biggest crypto exchange in the Netherlands. I know it sounds really boring, but I think it's necessary because after the bankruptcy of Celcius and Voyager, we really need to look into at what risk do we put our assets by keeping it on the exchange, or should we keep it cold storage like by ourselves? So in this video, I will focus on what is a banking license and what are the risks of keeping your assets on exchanges. So with that all said, let's jump into this week's video. So this is the main website. It's bitvavo.com. I'm personally also a user of Bitvavo, as you can see in the link below this video. And I use this platform because it's Dutch, and that is my area of comfort because I'm Dutch myself. And I think it has an amazing interface for beginners and for more advanced users. So let's go to the risk disclosure. So let's start with account security. Digital asset platforms and associated accounts are targeted frequently by hackers. We know that as crypto users. It is the user's sole responsibility to safeguard its account as included in the user agreement. Aside from choosing a strong password, Bitvavo highly recommends that each user activates two-factor authentication and enables the anti-phishing functionality provided by Bitvavo. So here Bitvavo just wants to make it clear, the user is also responsible for not getting hacked personally, because Bitvavo as an exchange can get hacked, but you can also personally be hacked. This means that the hacker has access through your phone to your funds and steals from you that way. That also happens, but that is your responsibility. That's why they really recommend you to use the safety measures as necessary. Then we go to storage and custody. Custody means that they are storing your cryptocurrencies. So although Bitvavo and the foundation will take reasonable measures to secure the Bitvavo digital asset wallets, so the currencies that are held on the exchange, they cannot guarantee full security. So they can be hacked. Any defects or breaches can lead to a full loss of funds. Use the Bitvavo digital asset wallet is at the risk of the user. So they actually say, if you get hacked personally, it's your responsibility. But if our exchange get hacked and we lose our funds, it's also your responsibility, which is a little bit weird. So for security and efficiently purposes, the foundation and Bitvavo may store digital assets with third-party custody providers, over which they do not have any control. In case of default, technical failure, or as a user failure by third-party custody provider, this may lead to a full loss of user funds. So they actually say, if you are getting hacked personally, it's your responsibility. If our exchange get hacked, we are not responsible. It's still your responsibility. If you lose your funds, they're just gone. And if our third parties, so other third parties where Bitvavo is storing their currencies, get hacked, they also give you the responsibility because you can still lose all your coins. So actually Bitvavo just says, buy at our exchange, sell on our exchange, but don't store on our exchange. And that's why I all recommend you to keep your currencies cold storage as much as possible. So staking. So Bitvavo also offers staking. So you can put your staking on. You don't have to actively do anything. So for beginners, this is amazing. But then Bitvavo is staking on your behalf. So they use the pools on your behalf and give you a secondary return, a passive income. By using the off-chain staking services, the off-chain staking digital assets are no longer held or separated by the foundation. So they're no longer held by Bitvavo, because Bitvavo has the Bitvavo exchange and the Bitvavo foundation, which is mostly responsible for holding the currencies. Bitvavo custody obtains a claim on these third parties, while those third parties may not be in the position to fully return the off-chain staking digital assets in a timely fashion to Bitvavo custody. So if they stake, they use, again, other partners, so other pools. So there might be companies or people that are running pools. If anything goes wrong in those staking pools, the fund might get lost. So you trust Bitvavo to choose the right pools, but if it goes wrong, it's again your responsibility. This could result in additional default or insolvency risk of Bitvavo custody, in which case Bitvavo custody may be in the position to redeliver the off-chain staking digital assets. So they also say that if you put your staking on, you actually have an extra risk on your account, because if in those staking pools or those third parties something goes wrong, you also might lose your funds. So even if you stake, they actually recommend you to do your own research. Decentralized protocol. So Bitvavo does not have any control or liability of the delivery, quality, safety, legality, or any other aspect of the digital assets that you have purchased, hold, or sell. So with the currencies that you're buying, that is obviously off Bitvavo. That is not their responsibility. What they do is a check. So they have a list of currencies that you can trade on the platform, which Bitvavo considers lower risk, because if you go to Binance or any other exchange, there might be more currencies available. But it's still your responsibility to do your research and your responsibility to manage your risk in buying those currencies. Due to the nature of blockchain technology and the underlying protocols thereof, any digital asset stored or traded on the platform may be irreversibly lost, corrupted, erased, either temporarily or indefinitely. So, another warning that the currency that you might hold on the platform might get lost. For example, they had Luna available on their platform and that one plummeted, obviously. It is not the responsibility of Bitvavo, it's the responsibility of Luna itself. Information errors. So materials provided on the website, the Bitvavo platform, or otherwise by Bitvavo as a purely for information purposes, and may change without notice. So the information that you find on the platform is purely informative. Bitvavo may provide third-party content, so other parties that provide information on the Bitvavo platform. Any information provided may be misleading, incomplete, or erroneous. The user is always solely responsible for assessing the relevance, accuracy, adequacy, or reliability of any materials provided. This is also a little bit strange because Bitvavo is aiming for beginners. You cannot really aim for beginners and trust beginners to do their due diligence if they're completely new in the industry, if they're completely new to cryptocurrencies. So how can you actually say that, hey, we provide information on our platform, but it might be wrong? It's a bit strange. But let's go to the registered banking license, because what does it actually mean that exchange has a banking license? So, as a result of the legislations and regulations introduced in the Netherlands on May 21, 2020, providers of services of exchanging digital assets and non cash money and providers of custodian digital asset wallets are required to register for the Dutch Central Bank in order to be able to continue the offered services. That's just an introduction. And so, what will change for the existing Bitvavo users? This is obviously in the past. In principle, nothing will change for existing Bitvavo users, although Bitvavo might implement additional verification steps for sending digital assets to external wallets. Since its inception, Bitvavo has been striving to comply as well as possible with relevant laws and regulation as it already applies in comparable sectors. So actually, Bitvavo just created an extra step if you want to send your assets off the exchange, because you will have to record a video that the wallet that you want to send it to is also owned by you. So that is the only extra process that they put in place. In which aspect does this regulation cover? So what does it actually cover? Like, is your money insured? Is the exchange tracked? Is the government really looking into it? Bitvavo is registered with the Dutch Central Bank as a provider of digital asset services. The Dutch Central Bank only supervises Bitvavo's compliance with Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Act and the 1977 Sanctions Act. Bitvavo is not subject to prudential supervision by the Dutch Central Bank or conduct supervision by the AFM. So the Dutch Central Bank is not really protecting its users, it's mostly protecting itself for the anti-money laundering. So there is no insurance, and the accounts of Bitvavo are not checked by the Dutch central bank. This is a common misperception. So then let's try to understand more of the custody. Bitvavo is the first digital asset provider in the Netherlands with an insured cold storage solution. So actually, although they say it's not their responsibility, the cold storage part, so the non-staking part, is partly insured. Bitvavo aims to be at the forefront of regulatory compliance, technology innovation, and security in digital asset industry, which is developing at an increasing speed. About cold storage. So cold storage means that the wallet where your funds are is not connected to the internet. Any other wallet is hot storage. So a wallet on your phone is hot storage. Your wallets in an exchange, hot storage. Your currencies in MetaMask, hot storage. So cold storage is mostly ledger or even paper wallets. The data is clear that today the most likely client loss scenario for any digital assets company is the loss due to hacking. To address this risk, Bitvavo stores the vast majority of the client's digital assets offline. So they don't really say how much, but they say the vast majority. So I would expect 75% at least. Trusted European custodial partners, Bitvavo integrated the custody solutions of Coinbase Custody International. So they use Coinbase to store cryptocurrencies. And Copper Custody, which is the offering award-winning custody technology. So they use two third parties to store their currencies. So if any hack happens at Coinbase, or if Coinbase is under fire, this might impact Bitvavo. So that is something to keep an eye on. Insured up to 255 million. Coinbase Custody International, for example, holds a crime policy with a 255 million limit placed by Lloyd's registered broker Aon. So they have a coverage of 255 million. Bitvavo just said that most of their funds are stored with Coinbase. But if we look at the daily trading volume of Bitvavo, it is currently 120 million daily volume, and this is while cryptocurrency is in the bottom of a bear market. So when cryptocurrencies is not doing that well, and this is only the trading volume. So the amount of holders that are on the exchange is way higher than that. So the insurance of 255 million is barely nothing. It just means that you can get something back of what you have stored in Bitvavo. So this is the end of my video. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and also put on the notification bell. What do you think about the risk disclosure and the service and agreement of Bitvavo? Was this what you were expecting, that actually all the risk is with you, and that even Bitvavo wants you to store your currencies offline and only wants to be used as an exchange and not as a storage platform? Let me know in the comments, and I would be happy to engage with you. And besides that, I really hope to see you next week. Bye.